5. The worst person in the world. Norwegian actress Renate Reinsve is the heart and soul of this touching and inventive account of one millennial life that unfolds over several years in Oslo. Very much not the worst person in the world, her medical student-turned-writer is a perfect avatar for the uncertainties and confusions of young adulthood, a whole mess of conflicting desires, moments of directionless and emotional rawness that feels endlessly relatable. And her show-stopping run through a freeze-framed city is possibly the movie moment of the year so far. What we said, any film that can combine questions of mortality with funny, fully alive scenes of sex, social awkwardness, professional screw-ups and throwaway fun is a rich one. 4. Parallel Mothers. Pedro Almodóvar gets serious with this poignant investigation of Spain's buried Civil War trauma, although without ever sacrificing his light touch and delight in giddying melodrama. Penelope Cruz lights it all up like a starburst, with her performance as a new mom caught up in a case of mistaken identity in the maternity ward a career high, even by her own lofty standards. In a just world, she would have picked up her second Oscar for it. What we said, entering Almodóvar's world is a pleasure, even when we're faced with pain and tough lessons. 3. The Northman. A widescreen rallying cry for cinema in the age of streaming. So read Time Out's admittedly fairly breathless appraisal of Robert Eggers' brilliant, blood-soaked Viking epic when it landed in, smashed into, ransacked cinemas in April. But the sentiment stands, because in an age increasingly dominated by streaming sites, The Northman is a useful reminder that the place to witness the grandest, boldest cinematic visions is on the biggest screen possible, and unless you live in an IMAX, that won't be in your front room. What we said, thank Odin for Robert Eggers and his mad, brilliant, violent, hypnotic, trippy Viking opus. 2. Top Gun, Maverick. Okay, hands up who saw this practically flawless blockbuster coming. A few people probably did. This long-in-the-making Top Gun sequel was originally due out 2 years ago, but that enforced delay detracts not one iota from the purest widescreen thrill ride of the year so far. Tom Cruise's ace pilot provides heart, soul and some fighter jet maneuvers that we're pretty sure defy every law of physics in the book. Mind you, the book gets binned early, and literally, in this one, to reinvent the so-called legacy sequel into something that soars way above hollow Hollywood cash-ins. What we said, Tom Cruise owns a crowd-thrilling sequel that easily surpasses the original. 1. Licorice Pizza. Paul Thomas Anderson delivered his sunniest film with this 70s nostalgia trip to the San Fernando Valley about a cocksure teenager trying to win the heart of a drifting 20-something. Somehow that teenage gaze premise never comes over remotely Porky's, helped by 2 breakout lead performances from Cooper, son of Philip Seymour Hoffman and Alana Haim, some A-list turns, Bradley Cooper as Hollywood producer-total maniac John Peters, and PDA's usual godlike touch behind the camera. What we said, Paul Thomas Anderson's sweet coming-of-age yarn is free-spirited and fun as hell.